I swear to God, I feel like if it's not one thing, it's another.
I think I'm actually pretty numb to it right now.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what
What
it
it
is.
is.
Just want to make sure that
Yeah.
I'm on the correct one now.
Let's give it a second for our viewers to join back in. Make sure that we are good to go on Facebook. Okay. Just waiting for a few more people to join in. We had to restart the live. We had some technical difficulties.
I'm so tired of saying that.
Eventually, we'll get there. We'll get there where.
What do you mean eventually?
Eventually, we'll get there. I think that every show, when it's first starting off, it goes through it's got to work out the glitches,
I hope so.
Yeah. I believe it. I believe it with everything.
Okay, good. Yo, honestly, Edgar, like, I don't even know what we would do without Edgar. I really don't know. I think we're gonna, Edgar, if we ever make it, we're gonna employ you.
Yeah, for real.
We're gonna be like, Edgar, you must be the first person to join, which we always appreciate you.
Yes.
To
100%.
make sure that you can fucking hear us, you can fucking see us, right? God, that shit is so frustrating. But anyway,
All right.
Let's start again. Welcome back to another Shit Talk Fridays. I'm Gina.
And I'm Evo. And we want to thank you once again for joining us this week. I hope you had an amazing week, made lots of money, lots of success. Pour a drink, and let's shit talk.
Yes, I am ready for that. Yo, and cheers. We started actually drinking already, only because we've half an hour before the live, we're going live on TikTok. Yeah. So we already started. So technically, we're like in the right.
Yeah, we warmed up already.
And Derek, welcome to the stream. So nice to see you.
What's up, panadero?
What? Oh my God. So, oh, thank you, Optimistically Cynic. I appreciate you dropping in every now and then and dropping your sarcasm. I appreciate it. Oh, and then Edgar says, be careful, I damn villages. I would hope not. He said it looks like, Optimistically Cynical says our set looks like a waiting room and that they like it.
Well, I mean, I think that's the essence of a lounge, right? That's the look we were going for, like loungy, right?
I don't know what we were going for. I knew we were going for like a darker vibe, something that spoke more to our overall style. But anyway, so let's get into some of the stuff that we want to talk about tonight. And I want to start off the night talking about the deep fake.
Yes.
So, what's interesting to me? When I talk about stuff on the live, other thoughts come to mind right away that don't come to mind other times. You remember on the show The Boys, there was the guys, one of the characters' name, he was the deep. He was the guy that could swim with fish and talk to fish.
Yes. So
the minute I said the deep fake, I was like, oh, a fake version of the deep.
You know what's funny, right? So you say deep fake, and I'm like, who comes up with this shit? Like, how does that term express what is actually going on? Like when you say deep fake, it sounds like a football move to me. Like a football player, like a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Like a deep fake. But like, I just feel like it just needs a different name.
So are you associating it with like a pump fake?
Yeah, like a pump fake.
Okay. So I could see. So basically, just real quick, Edgar says that he's celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday,
shit!
Edgar.
Hold on. Happy birthday, Edgar.
Cheers to you,
Cheers
Edgar.
to you, my
Happy
brother.
Birthday.
And many more.
Yes, for real. I will drink to that. And hi, Marie. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Oh, it's both of you. Thank you for joining us. So, let's talk a little bit about deepfake. So, if anybody hasn't seen what I'm talking about and regarding a deepfake, I'm going to have Evo play a video clip of what we're talking about. So there's a video that's been circulating social media. I saw it personally on TikTok. And I'm just going to play it for you. And then we'll talk a little bit about what a deepfake is and why this video fucking blew my mind.
Sports. I love it. More for the audio experience. As much as the momentum. Hey, listen up, sports and TikTok fans. If you like what you're seeing, just wait till what's coming next.
So,
I'm actually just waiting for it to catch up a second because that's where our viewers are at right now.
No, but we have to continue.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to continue. I'm just going to wait for this to end and then I'm going to start talking about it. You're like, no, don't do that.
Please don't
okay. So, watching that video, what do you see? You see Tom Cruise.
I see fucking Tom Cruise.
Right? And
all day.
And I love Tom Cruise. So when I first saw that video, I was like, oh shit, Tom Cruise is on TikTok. And then I looked at the handle on TikTok. And it literally, if you pull it up, we have it. What does it say? Tell me exactly what it says. Can you see that?
I cannot. Oh boy.
Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Anyway, when I looked at the handle is when I realized that it was not Tom Cruise. Of course, I then had to go searching to figure out what the fuck I was looking at. Come to find out, this is a deep fake. That is actually not Tom Cruise. And it says deep fake Tom Cruise. It says Deep Tom Cruise is the name of the actual TikTok. Oh, that was interesting. So
that's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, I was taken all the way back because this is not Tom Cruise.
Right.
So the creator of this deepfake that we have seen is it goes by the name of a gentleman, Chris Ume. He is a visual effects artist and he works with CGI and visual effects. So this is his profession.
Yeah.
This is something that he does. So then I thought to myself, okay, fine. This is what he does for a living. He obviously does these type of digital, manipulations. I wonder what then made him want to do something like this, right? Like, why would you go outside of like what you're doing on an everyday for work? What makes you want to do this type of a deep fake, right? So reading on some interview, it's said to believe that this gentleman, Chris Ume, he created this deep fake to create awareness about the ability of what the potential is behind this type of technology.
Reminds me of something that we were talking about before.
What?
Just the meta-human technology.
Okay. Real quick, Edgar says, "Thank you. I'm older than Gina and I'm older than Gina and younger than Evo."
Ooh, that's a tight range right there.
Yeah. So what do you?
He's 40.
Okay. Doesn't even matter. But we know because if you're older than me and younger than him, there's a very small gap. And by the way, I hope people come for you for doing that on live. I just want to full disclose real quick. There was a clip that Evo and I posted more recently. It's actually the last clip that we posted on TikTok, and you were talking about what was going on with Nike, right. And I was on my phone.
You were doing something. You were basically moderating.
Like I was moderating comments and our music.
Yeah.
And people came for me on social media on TikTok
because you picked up your phone.
Because I picked up my phone, they were like, "This bitch don't give a shit."
Listen, not to say that.
Please don't defend them.
No, not to defend them, but throughout the whole video, you're on your phone. Throughout that whole clip, it's a small clip, and you're on the phone the whole time, so it looks bad.
It's a 60-second clip.
Yes, so within that 60 seconds, you're entirely on your phone. So it kind of looks bad when you take it out of context.
Evo, you're defending them.
There's two sides of the story. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, no, there's only one side to the story.
But what you see, they only know what they see, right? So we posted this clip where I'm talking and you're just like,
I'm like, fuck Nike, fuck crypto kicks, I don't give a shit.
Basically.
Meanwhile, we talked about all this content beforehand. Yeah, anyway,
that's pretty funny.
I just had to say that real quick because that really grind my gears.
Oh, he posted his age.
Yes. Oh, well, listen. So actually, you're older than me and Evo. Yeah. Anyway, so the creator of this visual effects, Chris Yume, of this deepfake of Tom Cruise, he said that he created this to create awareness. And the reason why that he wanted to create awareness is because he wants people on social media to really scrutinize what it is that they're seeing. Because he wants to show people how easy it is to be deceived.
Right.
So he wants people to be more aware of what they're consuming and not be easily swayed by maybe a picture, a video of what they're seeing.
Well, I gotta say, that should look pretty real. So to say that people can be easily deceived, if you're gonna go to that extent to deceive someone, it's very difficult just by the human eye to be able to tell that you're not being deceived, especially since he's an actor. And not only is it not only
he's an actor. You mean the guy who portrayed
Tom Cruise is an actor.
He's an impersonator / actor.
Yes, I was getting to that. Okay. He's an actor and he's also a Tom Cruise impersonator. So he not only
No, he's not a Tom Cruise impersonator. He's an impersonator and he's an actor. He's not a Tom Cruise.
He has to be he has to be at part a Tom Cruise impersonator because he looks like him. So you can't say that he hasn't taken on many positions where he's acting like Tom Cruise. He knows all his mannerisms, the way that he speaks. He even has his voice down.
So, from my understanding, I have not read that he impersonates Tom Cruise regularly. He did it for this particular project.
Okay, well, that being said, you put all that together with that technology, and how do you not deceive somebody? Like, there's so much going into the deception. You can deceive somebody with a deck of cards. You go that far, I mean, that's a slam dunk.
So, I would agree with you that he went that far, but he's trying to, like I said, he's trying to create awareness that it is that simplistic for someone to see something and potentially see it in a way where they find it to be believable. And he wants to prove to people that not perception is not reality. That's basically what it is.
No, I appreciate him exposing that. Absolutely, but to say that easily deceived, that's very hard to detect. I mean, that was...
Yeah, but that is the essence of it. It was easy for you to be deceived by that. That's what he's saying. That's how easy it was.
I wouldn't see, and this is just my opinion. I'm not saying that like you're wrong for what you're saying. I'm just saying like I see easily deceived as like, if I got something by you real easily, like if I maybe I don't know, snatched your pen out of your jacket, without you noticing, for me that's easily deceived. To go to that extent, it's almost guaranteed deception. I feel like it is guaranteed deception.
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's all I meant.
Okay. I think after learning about this gentleman is that bottom line is that he wants people who are consuming social media on any level to really like take things with a grain of salt.
Yes.
Like really don't absorb things in a way like there's this level of perfection that people, I feel like when they're looking at things on social media, they're like, look at her, look at him, look at this, look at that. And they're absorbing it in a way where they're always perceiving not always, but a lot of the times people are perceiving what they see to be reality. And he is basically saying, look at what I've done. This is not reality. This is not real. He actually created a couple other videos, which I went on and viewed because I was thoroughly like intrigued by what he had presented. So it got me thinking, because there is easily a world of how this technology could be used for all sorts of bad shit. Okay?
Yeah.
So I don't want to talk about that, because I think in the last year and a half, we've dealt with so much negative shit. I want to talk about the ways that I think that this technology could be used for good.
Okay.
Because I think once I thought about it, I was like, ooh, this technology could be used in so many good ways. But before I get to that, I just want to say that this gentleman, Chris Yume, that created this deep fake, he said that he thought that, yes, it could be used in some bad ways, but he does think that a lot of people in this day and age are kind of already desensitized to things on social media that they are seeing. Because how many times do you hear someone saying, when they look at something on social media, oh, that's photoshopped, oh, that's fake news?
Yes.
So people are already building up that level of desensitized, right? Is that a word? So people are already starting to become a little bit more aware. They're starting to see something and being like, "Oh, that's photoshopped," or "That's not real," or "They edited that," or whatever it is, or they face tune that.
And potentially, by exposing this and seeing it enough times over and over again, you should be able to pick up the slight differences. Previously, you may have not been able to detect a Photoshop picture, but now that you've been exposed to it so much, you can see, like, all right, I can tell that's Photoshop.
So that's exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's saying that he thinks that, like, people are not as naive as they once were.
Right.
So he doesn't think that this technology going forward is going to be always used in a bad aspect, because people are more aware. So he hopes that it will be used for good things. Like he didn't really specify what he thought bad was going to be, except for one thing, because it's already been used in that facet. Okay, and I honestly don't want to get into that, because it's a dark, deep hole of where it could. The one thing that it has already been used for is honestly some scary shit. So I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about all of the good things that I think that can come from this.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Okay. My first immediate thought when I thought about the deep fake and the ability to superimpose another person's face on a person that has a very distinct likeness to a potential celebrity or a potential historical figure, whatever it is. Because that's what we saw here. A person's face was superimposed on an actor that had a very strong likeness to Tom Cruise, right? So that immediately got me thinking of all the possibilities of that particular type of deep fake. Okay. And the first thing that came to my mind was Aaliyah. I immediately was like, holy shit, what if this person, Chris Yume, could find a person that has a strong likeness to Aaliyah? He can then take footage of Aaliyah, superimpose her face on another person, of course, with the consent of her family, to then create a video of Aaliyah now. I'm sorry. I mean, I am and will forever be the biggest Aaliyah fan. If I could see Aaliyah basically brought back to life, it would bring fucking tears to my eyes.
What's interesting is that, now that you mentioned that, I have yet to hear someone recreate and sing like Aaliyah. You know how you get like certain younger artists that come out and they sing and they sound like a popular artist.
Yeah, like when we talked about a couple weeks ago, Shine. Yeah. And people were saying that he sounded like Biggie.
Yeah. So I've yet to hear that. But if there was someone out there that can sing like Aaliyah and was able to use this technology to be able to recreate her, the first thing I would want to hear is that, let me know. Like, if you could see that again live,
So this is why I'm telling you.
That'd be dope.
Fucking gave me chills.
I like that.
It gave me chills when I was like, yo, could you imagine this person, this visual effects artist being able to do this and recreating an entire music video for Aaliyah? Fans would fucking lose their shit.
Yeah. There would be a lot of revenue that could be generated off of something like that.
And it could go towards Aaliyah's family.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I think the possibilities.
Yeah, they're endless. You could do you could do Elvis. You could do Michael Jackson. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, you just opened up Pandora's box.
You're fucking going ahead.
Sorry.
Okay? Because
oops.
I thought about this in depth of the people that I would love to see this be recreated on. First for me was Aaliyah. First and foremost.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I wouldn't like to see Michael Jackson. But there are other people that I would like to see because I thought, and one of the main reasons why I thought about Aaliyah was because she was taken from us too soon.
Yes, she was.
So the people that I'm going to talk about are people that were taken from us too soon, and we could have seen them so much more.
I feel you on that.
My second on the list, because Michael Jackson, we get a lot of him.
And there's a lot of impersonators out there right now that actually have gone to the extent to like walk around, look like him. So, all right.
So Aaliyah was my first. Second on the list, Biggie. Fuck, if you could see Biggie right now in a video.
Oh.
Yo. And I immediately thought about that because if you haven't seen it, the Biggie documentary, fuck. That documentary was so fucking good.
Yeah, it was.
There was so many aspects of it that I had never seen Biggie in that light. That if you had the ability to see Biggie one more time, Biggie, give me one more chance. Yo, I would fucking be all about it. And I think all of the Biggie fans, if they could see Biggie in that light one more time. And Chris, you may. I'm telling you, if you come out with a Biggie or Aaliyah video after this, I want my check. Write me my motherfucking check after this, right? And hi, EDJ, welcome to the stream.
He did say, if you like what you're seeing now,
yes,
just wait.
Till
you see what's next. So I'm sure that there's some amazing shit that he's about to come out with.
Yes, I'm just gonna give you some of the other people, and then I'm gonna turn it over to you. Some of the other people that I would love to see from this technology. Tupac, hello. What, like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh man, that's a good one.
Yo,
that's a good one. You know, and for someone to be able to like to release like a lot of his like his unreleased tracks. Imagine seeing Tupac actually performing a lot of his tracks that you never heard of, but you get to see it live.
This is what I'm saying to you.
Just take my money. Take my money.
Yo, just
please.
Like, fuck it.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yo, where do I need to sign?
Let me sign up.
Chris, you may. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to drop a dime. How about this? Create a whole channel called Deep Fakes.
Yes.
Whole fucking channel that is dedicated to that shit.
Let me tell you something.
And it will be, so Edgar says the FBI and CIA have been using this technology for years in cold cases to find young missing people to help solve cases. So to use this tech for celebrities that pass on it is a stretch. And then Jennifer says, hey, Jen, welcome to the stream. Tupac is probably in Cuba.
That's what they say. But listen, let him stay in Cuba. That's fine.
So
let us see some performances from him.
So Edgar's saying that it's a stretch, but if this creator did a Tom Cruise one, why the fuck can't we do it? Listen, wasn't there a concert where they did a holograph of fucking Tupac?
Let me tell you something right now. So there's something, and just let me step outside from what you're saying for a second to describe something that I think would be great to put together with what you're going to. All right, there's these things right now called NFTs, right? You know about them. It's non-fundable tokens. It's people basically making digital art, right? And selling it as one-of-a-kind pieces. You put this together where you can get a deep fake, have a one-of-a-kind performance, right? That you can never get from anybody else and auction that off. You can auction that off. The revenue that would come out of this, being able, so let's just say you took a deep fake of Tupac, put it together with someone that sounds like Tupac, can rap like Tupac, knows all of his mannerisms, and release an unreleased song on an NFT and auction it off to one person that they can hold that belongs to them and nobody else. Do you know how much money something like that would raise?
Okay, I'm telling you right now. And Jessica's saying yes at Coachella. Yes. Jessica, welcome to the stream. But
thank you.
She's talking about Tupac being a holographic image.
Yes,
a holographic image. So could you imagine everybody? Because right now, even though we're still somewhat in pandemic, could you imagine turning on your TV and being able to see Tupac in a brand new fucking video?
Yeah.
On unreleased songs that he didn't do? What? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna continue
because they were doing that. They were releasing the songs.
Yes.
So imagine being able to make a video on it.
Okay, fucking people are getting ahead. I need to finish my people, and I need to go right. So I said Aaliyah, I said Biggie, I said Tupac, and next on the list, Jen said it, Selena.
Salinas.
I'd do anything for Selena.
I would do anything for Selena.
Could you imagine seeing Selena one more time?
Oh man, I would love to.
Okay, and I'm gonna give you one last one because this shit is trending right now hard. Could you imagine seeing Princess Diana one more time?
Ooh.
Princess I said this, all the hair on my face stood up.
Damn, Gina.
Princess Diana just doing whatever it is, having a conversation. Someone talking about the upcoming birth, of her son's her potential grandchild. Who Meghan Markle, you better name that baby Diana.
Yo, let me tell you something. That woman was loved.
Yes, I know.
Beyond.
She was the princess of the people.
Yes.
I'm telling you, could you imagine the potential that this technology has to bring back somebody like her?
I love it. I love that idea. That was great.
So I just want to tell you that I know that this technology has the potential to do a lot of bad things, but the good things that it could bring back to the world, the loved ones.
Yes.
And even on a smaller scale, for your everyday person, because I know a lot of people have seen the footage of this new technology, that there is this technology where they could take a picture and they could somewhat bring it back to life. Could you imagine? I just had my grandmother pass. Could you imagine just having the capability of just seeing some footage of her being brought back to life, just for something small, a message of like, I love you, nice to see you, or whatever it is, to bring that back to a person that you love?
Well, I mean, and then there's that aspect of seeing that person in a light that you've never seen them before.
Yes, I'm telling you.
Oh,
the
man.
potential for that shit is fucking endless. Chris, you may call a bitch. Okay?
We got some ideas.
We got some fucking ideas.
Bring that checkbook too.
Yes, thank you. Bring that checkbook. And so then Jessica's saying that she loves this list because I think these are the type of artists and celebrities that we love them, and we lost them too soon, and we would love to see them again, if even it's for a moment in time. Just a moment in time.
Agreed.
And then Jessica says, bitty bitty bam bam all day. Bitty bitty bam bam. I fucking love Selena. And then Jessica says, Kanye did something like that for Kim for her B-Day. A full hologram of her dad wishing her happy birthday.
Yo, I didn't know that.
Okay, I didn't fucking know that either. And I'm just going to say this.
Yo, go Kanye.
There is a market for this. I'm going to reach out to Chris, and we're going to get this shit popping.
Some collaborations.
And then Edgar says the royal family would never allow Diana to come back, even though the technology is there.
I honestly think that I honestly don't think that they have the right to not allow someone to create something like this. I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know the legalities behind it. I mean, I know the royal family is powerful. You might be onto something, Edgar, but I still think it would be great.
Yeah, I can neither confirm nor deny if that is the fucking truth.
Yeah.
But I will say this: if you're enjoying this stream right now, please drop a like, because we need that shit to keep growing. Yes. I'm actually going to turn it over to you now. I'm so glad that people enjoyed my list of potential people that you could see, because if I could see all of them or just one of them, a bitch would be happy.
Well, I mean, so staying on the topic of technology.
I love technology.
Damn, yo. I love that movie.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, that was great.
So that's what happens to my brain, bro. I just be like, what? Sorry, go ahead.
So staying on technology, a couple weeks ago, we were discussing something that I found mind-blowing was this technology called metahuman. It was a metahuman technology, right? It was.
Yeah, you found it mind blowing, and I found it creepy as.
Yeah, you found it creepy
I found
as hell.
it creepy AF.
You found it mind blowing, but here you are finding this deep fake mind blowing, right?
Listen,
fine.
don't come at me,
fine,
bro.
Fine.
Don't come at because last week we got told that we were the 2021 versions of the honeymooners. I'm not trying to go there tonight.
So we were talking about this metahuman technology and how I thought it would be great if you'd be able to take this technology and pair it with driving-less automated cars.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I want to just read real quick. Edgar says Charles was married to her. He is the heir to the throne, so no way they would allow that. I think that's what he's meant by that.
I listen. I agree, but at the same time, things happen. You know, I don't know. It would be dope, but there would definitely be some opposition.
Okay, so knock her off the list. Give me all the other people that I mentioned.
It's still a great idea though. Like there'll be so many people that would love to see it. There's so
yes.
You know, so I think that, you know, who knows? Who knows? It might be on some fucking shit. We'll deal with the repercussions later. Like we'll cross that bridge when we get there. You know? And I think that the reaction that it would get would be like, it would be so much bigger.
It would be fucking insane.
It would be huge.
It'd be fucking insane.
Yeah, it'd be nuts. So like, I don't know. I think if the royal family tried to push back on that after the people got it, I don't think the royal family would look that good.
Yo, because they got some smoke right now.
Yeah, they got
I don't think they want that heat.
Yeah, they're not looking too good right now.
Continue. So because I'm interested to talk about this because this metahuman shit.
Yeah. So I was really excited about this metahuman technology, right? And I just as excited as you are about this and how there's so many the potential for it, and there's so many ways that it could be beneficial. I was just as excited about this metahuman software that just came out, and I saw all of these abilities where you could implement it, and it could make life so much easier. And maybe not easier. That's like, you know, maybe not the best way of explaining it, but it would make just so much experiences that we have now, make them so much more pleasant, right? And one of them was this new driverless taxi that's coming out, right?
Which I think is so funny.
Right? And so we were talking about...
We were talking about this shit.
We were just talking about it, and we were talking about ways how this could actually work. And I was saying, all right, so if you could take this metahuman technology and you can create your own AI, right? You can create your own, like, let's say your own personal assistant. And if you jumped in one of these cars, your personal assistant, your personal metahuman would sync up with the car, and it would be your driver, or it would be your assistant. It would tell you where you're going. You can converse with it. If you had anything scheduled on your phone or like any type of profile of yours where you like music or stuff like that, it would sync up with the car and play your favorite playlist. You know, and it just became a very personal experience. And you were like, "Whoa, that's way too much, right?" Well,
okay. Don't bury me right now.
I'm not trying to bury you.
You're trying to bury me. I just told you that I thought it was a little creepy, and I will just say why. I will reiterate for the people that weren't part of that live why I thought it was creepy, because I said that currently in the world that we live in, I feel like we lack empathy.
Yes.
Right. So.
And you're right. We do.
So I felt like implementing more genres of ways to remove a human option will then further allow us to lack empathy, because one of the huge discussions in the world is people having devices in front of them all the time allows for a version of disconnect. Yeah. So if there is another version of that, I think it will further push the disconnect. Right. And that was my only, but
understood.
At the same token, I'm a huge lover of technology.
Yes, you are.
I love technology.
Yes, you are.
So I'm not on the opposition of it. I'm just weary.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
That I understood, but you have to understand that automation is coming. Yeah. Okay, automation is coming. So,
and we've talked about that.
So, if it does come, why not pair it with metahuman technology? Because so you have two options. You have automation without metahuman technology, which sounds very just vanilla, or you have automation with metahuman technology, with something that it's just more. It's very relatable. Something that's, you know, it doesn't seem like you're talking to a machine, even though you know you are. But it makes the experience much more pleasant, because we're dealing with automation right now, and it's just a headache. It's just, I mean, how many times we've been on the phone like, operator, you know, please you know, please describe in a couple of words what it is that you're calling about.
And you're like, go fuck yourself. Give me a real life person.
It gives you like 10 options, and you're like, none of those are my options. Give me a fucking operator. You know what I mean? Like
customer service.
Yeah, customer service. So, interestingly enough, I'm searching on the internet, and this pops up.
Oh shit.
Good morning, Jesse. This car is all yours with no one up front. Doors are closing. Heading to Walmart Supercenter. Please make sure your seatbelt is fastened. For any questions, press the help button to speak with a rider support agent.
So,
I'm going to read some comments really quick.
Go ahead.
Before we get into this. Edgar says John Lennon would be bigger than Diana. Ooh.
That's debatable.
Imagine the Beatles doing a performance with John Lennon, doing a video with him in there. Whoo, bitch. Listen, write me my motherfucking check right now, okay? And Derek says, sounds like the movie Terminator coming true. So, I don't know why when you just played that video, I'm going to tell you what I thought about. I know this is going to sound like the dumbest shit ever, but when I saw that steering wheel move, I imagined some imaginary person being like, yo. And I just came out of frame when I did that, but whatever. Like, I just imagined some invisible person leaning like, yo, I got this shit, bro. I'm about to drive you to your destination. I got you.
I'll tell you what, the AI got you.
And listen, I watched a couple of these videos with you.
Yeah.
And I will say this. That shit looks crazy as hell. Because there's nobody in the car, but at the same time, it looks cool as hell at the same time. Like, it's both. Yes. Like, I'm creeped the fuck out, but I'm super intrigued at the same time.
So this is a company called Waymo, right? Waymo. And they've been testing this technology for quite some time now. And up until recently, these vehicles were being tested in California with
in a very small
in a very small pocket as like a test, but with a driver in the seat.
Yeah, and then
they just cleared it to be driverless. And how crazy is that I was just talking about.
My feet feel like.
Yes, how crazy is it that I was just talking about taking this technology and pairing it with the metahuman technology, right? A metahuman character. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming. Did you hear the voice when he got in the car and he got welcomed by his name personally? Told him where he was going, gave him some instructions, told him that if he needed any help, that there was like a service that he could just reach out to and they would help him. Let me tell you something, bro. Somebody got to cut me my check, all right? Because we got this recorded. Yo. If they put that together, that type of technology with this type of car.
Who put this together?
Me. That's who. All right? I'm going to get my Scarface on.
Yo, I want my check.
All right? Because let me tell you something. I'm ready. I'm ready for that. And I'm ready for so many other things that are just frustrating right now with AI.
Yeah.
To be paired with the technology that's coming down the road that's going to make our experiences much more pleasant and just seem much more seamless.
Yeah. So I want to welcome Sonia to the stream. Thank you so much for joining us. And Eddie says, driverless taxi, where's the rest of the video where the car gets sideswiped?
So.
That's a,
Right. Interestingly enough, right? So I thought about that.
You know what that reminds me of? Remember that video where it was like, that's a motherfucker,
Right. So, to your point, Eddie.
Wait. And Muncie says, Muncie, welcome to the stream. So nice to see you. Muncie says, let's buy some stocks.
Bro, I'm already way ahead of you, Muncie.
And then Eddie says, that's like a scene from Total Recall. Welcome to Johnny's Cab.
Yes.
Yo.
Yes.
Holy shit.
I'm telling you, a lot of the things that are happening now were imagined in movies.
And that is actually a prelude to what we're talking about later tonight. And it's so funny that our viewers are already kind of getting in on that, because honestly, that's what I thought about when we thought about this content. We were like, yo, all the shit that we saw a long time ago is starting to come true. Just a little bit.
Eddie, to your point, right? To your point, I want to touch on this. Right? I have one word for you, and it's called Amazon. Amazon's warehouse is fully automated. You have robots going back and forth, maneuvering
Johnny 5
on full automation, like a grid on traffic. They're going back and forth, pulling the stuff from baskets, loading them in things, and because they're fully automated, everything is controlled. There's no accidents. So, a government study actually shows that 94% of accidents that happen on the road are attributed to human error. So if you fully automate every single car, guess what? That's going to wipe out human error, and it's going to bring down the fatality rate that exists right now within cars. Now, I don't necessarily know if that's a good thing, because there's too many of us as it is right now. Like, a couple people got to go. You know.
Oh shit! Are you trying to be Thanos right now?
I'm getting my Thanos on right now, just a little bit. Like, if I could just, you know,
Evil's like, give me the rings,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Get
So,
rid of like 2% of the population.
You know, we're already having trouble like maintaining this overgrowth of population that we have. So I don't know if this is necessarily a good thing, but to say that where's the swipe, that's not. I think that this is going to eliminate that. Okay. In my opinion, Eddie. But that was a good observation. I could definitely see where you saw that, like, you know, because there's a lot of humans on the road.
Yeah.
And I think that if you got hit, that would scare the shit out of you.
So,
like they did in the show that we watched.
Yeah.
And, Upload.
There was a show that we watched called Upload, where they had a version of that, a driverless car.
Yes.
And what winds up happening in the show is that the car starts to malfunction, and the passenger. There's some capability, supposedly, in the car where you can override what's happening in the car. The driver wasn't able to override what was happening into the car. The car then got into an accident, and then the passenger died.
Yeah.
And that was... But in this show, the person then...
Well, it was a quote-unquote error.
Yeah.
But there's more to that story.
Yeah.
All right.
Spoiler alert.
Watch Upload.
Yeah, watch Upload. It's actually...
It was a good show.
It was a good show in a way where I was just kind of like...
Surprised, right? How much we enjoyed that.
Yo, we were so surprised by the show. I was like, let's watch this bullshit. Yeah. But we watched it, of course, at the height of the pandemic. I'm telling you, I think I got PTSD because it's March, and March of last year is when we went into fucking lockdown.
Right.
So I'm like kind of reliving some of the shit that we did at the beginning of the pandemic. Like today when we had lunch outside on the back deck, I was like, oh, we were doing this last year. I'm kind of enjoying this, but at the same time, I feel kind of traumatized, right? So we watch Upload at the beginning of the pandemic because what else did we have to do at the beginning of the shit? Okay.
Not a damn thing.
Not a goddamn
thing.
So, Muncie says, Walmart has some doing inventory. It scared the crap out of me. So I guess she's meaning some automation. Some automation. Yeah. And then Eric says Total Recall was on Mars. Just saying. Well, I didn't say Total Recall.
Well, we might be on Mars pretty soon, Edgar.
Listen, if we keep fucking with Elon Musk, we about to be on Mars. Even though he doesn't see it in the foreseeable future for us.
Right.
But our children will probably see life on Mars. Yeah. Is that what you have for us?
No, I still have I still have quite a few things. So, I'm just like thinking about all of the benefits that can come out of being able to.
Let's talk about the benefits.
Being able to get into like a driverless car, right? Think about all the things that when you get into a driverless car that you can't do.
Yo, you could roll up a...
You could
roll up a spliff?
You could roll up a spliff. I don't know if you could smoke it because there might be some cameras in there.
I don't know if you're in New Jersey, marijuana is legal.
Marijuana is legal. Yes. So think about that, right? So if you're in a driverless car in a legal state that you can legalize, you can smoke marijuana, you could just be like...
Just smoking. And don't have to worry about... You don't have to have the driver complaining.
Exactly. Yo.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. Talk talk about the essence of kick back, relax, and enjoy your ride, right?
Kick back and let yourself go.
Yeah, right? You could just kick off your shoes, relax if you want to. Because, like, I mean, listen, maybe you went for a long walk. Maybe you had a long walk before you got into the cab. You got some shoes on, your feet hurt, If you were to jump into, like, a cab, you might not take your shoes off.
Yeah.
You might be a little self-conscious, right?
Agreed.
But if you're by yourself, kick them shits right the fuck off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe
ain't nobody there.
Ain't nobody there. But depending technically, I mean, but it's nobody. There's no people there.
Oh.
There's no people there, right?
Muncie said a quickie.
What? Oh, a quickie. Could be not. It depends. I mean, I don't know what type of security they might have on these things. I would think that they have cameras.
Do you know what she means by quickie?
Like a.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like a quickie. But I think you might get recorded because some of the Uber drivers now, they have cameras in there. So.
Yeah. So.
I would think that there would be some type of security camera.
It does. Okay, security, yes. But if you're not vandalizing the vehicle,
right?
If
do you want to be recorded? I mean, some people might find that kinky.
Well, do you remember that show
Taxi
on
Cab
Showtime?
Confessions?
Yeah, hello.
Taxi Cab Confessions.
People were getting it in on that show.
They were, and they were doing it with the driver in the front.
So could you imagine no driver being there?
Man, listen. Get your freak on.
So who cares?
Freak
But let's go even a little lower than that. People taking freaky ass photos and then taking them to fucking CVS to get them developed. Somebody's looking at them photos to develop them.
Yeah. Or
so who cares?
Or you could just call one of those cabs and just have a party in that bitch while you're driving around. Yeah. Yeah. Right?
Right.
Yeah. Fuck, don't rent a room. Get a car and just go fucking drive around.
What's the name of this company?
It's called Waymo. Waymo.
Waymo. We about to come through, right? There's a video on TikTok right now. Yo, they got the Hennessy. We about to go into Waymo. We about to get litty titty.
Exactly.
On a Friday.
You could jump in this Waymo cab, crack a drink.
Fucking
roll up
back.
A spliff. You know what I'm saying?
Who cares?
And listen, if and you may listen. And aside from all that, one thing that you may not.
I'm sorry because I read comments. It fucks with my brain sometimes, and I just be like, "What did that person just say?" So let me just read. So, Edgar says, yeah, "I'm glad that you're reading these." Edgar says, "Y'all can't yell at the driver, LOL." And then Eddie says, "Take your shoes off, your drawers while you at it, and fuck it."
Fuck it.
And then Derek says, "But is this car doing 20 miles per hour the whole way to your destination? I'll be reaching over like, yo, dude, let's go." And then Edgar says, "Backseat of my Jeep, we swing an episode. And then Muncie says, LOL, hell yes. And then Eddie says, "Getting recorded on a camera in a driverless cab sounds like a whole new category on Pornhub."
Let's get it.
Yo.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Bang bus, Waymo bus.
Waymo bus.
We busting it up in the cup.
Waymo Confessions.
And then Eddie says, Edgar says to Eddie, "Facts." And then Derek says, "Eddie, laughing my ass off." Because this is what I'm saying. Like, the potential is endless at this point.
This shit is endless, yo. And then how many times you get into a cab and like you try to eat something and the cab be like, "Sir, no eating in the cab." Fuck that shit. You could eat in that motherfucker.
Yo, fuck
you know what I'm saying? Who gives a shit? Like, as long as you don't leave a mess, right? They could record you, and you don't leave a mess and you're good. You know what I'm saying? And if you eat, and you feeling like a little gassy, you could just fucking fart in the cab. Who gives a shit? But if you got a driver, you're not doing that shit. You're holding that shit the whole time, like, like you back the fuck up. I love this idea. I really do. Like, I'm excited to just I just call Waymo. Call Waymo. So I can
the fact that you were just like, yo, I'm gonna get a cab. I'm a fucking have a quickie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smoke a blunt.
I'm gonna eat some food.
I'm gonna pass some gas.
And I'm gonna take my shoes off and I'm gonna burp.
That shit sounds so amazing.
I love it.
Okay, so I think that it actually brings us to our top 5 for the night.
Yes, it does.
And I'm actually excited for our top 5 for the night because, like, we were talking about, like, all this potential technology, right? Yeah. We're talking about all these, Muncie says Evo gonna let it rip.
Fuck it.
We're talking about all this potential technology, all of these avenues of technology that we could potentially see. So we talked about the deep fake, right? We talked about the ability to hopefully one day see people that we loved at one time be relived.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about the ability to get in a car and go somewhere with nobody in that bitch and do whatever the fuck you want. Just as long as you're okay with somewhat being recorded for security purposes. It's almost like this call is being recorded for security purposes. You're gonna be in a car. You're gonna fart. They're gonna record that shit. I don't give a fuck.
You know what'd be dope? You remember that show? That taxi cab driver that he would pick people up and all of a sudden it would turn into a quick show.
Oh my god, what was the name of that show?
I don't remember.
Somebody please tell me what was the name of that show where you got in a cab and it was like you played a game show.
It was a game show in the cab.
I could be on that show.
So forget about being in a show, that being part of your experience. You have the ability to play games in the cab on your way to your destination.
Yo, that would be amazing.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Write the check. Waymo, write the check.
Edgar says, eating something takes on a whole new meaning. Motherfucker. And Muncie says, Gina, who the hell did you marry? I love it when y'all drink. I don't know who we are. I honestly don't know who we are sometimes. No, we know who we are. Yeah. That's why we got
We do this shit on the regular.
Look, I look at Evo sometimes. Muncie, you missed it. Last week, people thought we were trying to kill each other.
Oh, yeah, they did.
And in actuality, that's
how we do it.
That's how you do
that's
it.
That's how we do it.
So, fuck. That brings us to our top 5 for the night. Oh, Cash Cab.
Cash Cab. Yes.
Thank you, Edgar.
Thank you, Edgar.
I appreciate
Edgar, bro.
I appreciate everybody who gets on this live and gives us these facts.
Edgar's like a crutch, bro.
Yeah.
I love that I can count on you, bro.
I told you that if we ever make it, we're going to employ... There's a few people. Yeah. There's a few people that I have lined up, and I'm like, I'm going to employ this person, I'm going to employ that person.
For real.
But let's move on to our top 5 for the night, because it's actually 9 o'clock. Yeah. We've been on for an hour already. We only have a half an hour left.
God, we always do this. We always do this.
We're just like, oh,
we actually had more material that we wanted to add on top of the 5-5, and we were bugging.
The what?
5-5. We actually had more material that we wanted to add on top of the top 5. But I think we were bugging by doing that.
Yo, I love when you fuck up, and then I'm like, what you say?
Bloop. But it's a blooper.
Okay, so... our top 5 for tonight is top 5 Mario games.
In celebration for...
Yes, thank you. In celebration for Super Mario's 35th anniversary.
Yes.
And the reason why we decided to talk about this was because we thought, oh my God, all this technology that is potential, right? We thought about growing up. Technology that was introduced to us as children that we were like, holy shit, what the fuck is this?
Houston, we have just lost Captain Patrick.
Yes.
That's what it felt like.
I thought to myself, I'll never forget when I received my first Nintendo, what that shit did to me as a kid. I felt like I was catapulted into the future. So, in celebration of Super Mario's 35th anniversary, I said, let's do our top 5 Mario games. Now, don't fucking start talking about it. Before we get into our top Mario games, I'm just gonna do like a disclosure. This is our top 5 Mario games, even though I've created this list because last week Evo decided to curate the most influential sneakers, and I looked at him with a third eye.
The high tops came in strong, boy.
Oh my God, bro!
Woo! Them high tops was tough.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you that like my eye rolled in the back of my fucking head for a lot of that list.
I think you had a headache for 3 days. Because your eyes rolled to the back of your head so hard.
And I'm going to tell you what really then continued to blow my shit after that was on TikTok. People were just like, yeah, the high tops. I was like, what? But there were some people that went in my defense for the low tops.
Yes, but the high tops were the original dandaras.
Okay. So I'm just going to... I decided that I'm going to create this top 5 of our top 5 Mario games.
Let's get it.
I'm going to take a sip. And we're going to get into it.
Let's go.
Number 5 on our list. More so my list. Number 5 is the original. The OG. Okay? Throw up the gang signs. OG. Okay? Super Mario Bros.
Dun, 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 dun.
And I just want to say this about our number 5, Super Mario Bros. When I got this game, it came with the console. I got this on my 8th birthday. Not my 8th birthday. My 8th Christmas. 1988. To me, it was new. Even though Super Mario Bros. Came out in 1985. I didn't get it until not 1988. I got it in 1987. My brother, my little brother, when I would play this game, and I would get to Bowser, and it would go, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Listen, the dungeon was the most iconic sound.
Okay? My little brother would be in his crib behind me. He was only less than 1 year old. The minute he would hear the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, he would sit up in his crib. Because we converted the dining room into his room. So the living room overlooked his room. He would sit up. Okay, stand up on the crib. My brother's maybe like 6 months old at this time. And he would go, Gina. Because he knew it was go time. Okay? And a bitch was in front of Super Nintendo. I mean, sorry, not Super Nintendo. A bitch was in front of Nintendo fighting for her motherfucking life playing this game.
They knew, the developers of that game, they knew somehow that those sounds that they put into this game would be forever engraved in the mind. It
stressed you the fuck out.
I mean,
Okay, so when I played this game, I'm going to tell you why I put it as number 5. Because I do think that it started the game. Yeah. It put Super Mario Bros. on the fucking board. And I think from that point on, Nintendo was a force to be reckoned with after Super Mario Bros. But I put it as number 5 because I feel like there were other games that as I continued my life that I'm like, ooh, this made me feel differently. Well, but the original did something for me. But I want to mention really quick. Do you remember in the original Super Mario Bros. How you would have to run and jump for your motherfucking life?
Yeah, and then the sound that would come out when you went into like that hyper speed run, like.
So, I used to feel like this was the aspect because do you remember when you were little Mario before you powered up? Right. Your arms would move feverishly, and you would jump and you would leap for your life, right? Do you know that the creator of Super Mario Bros. Created that aspect intentionally? He created an aspect.
Oh, I believe that.
Okay, he created an aspect of gravity. He wanted players to feel like there was some aspect of realism behind it. He wanted players to feel like, okay, this is a video game, but I can only jump so far. I can only do so much because then it continued to keep people invested into the game because they were just like, oh, it's a video game, but I could only do so much, so I have to keep trying. I have to keep going. That was his almost like his. That was his like,
hook, line, and sinker.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
I did not know that.
So I applaud you. So, and Muncie says, oh my God, when we had to remember the tunnels and games on cardboard. Hello, what's happening? There's a lot going on right now.
Just fill them in. We're doing the top 5.
Top 5 Mario games of all time.
In celebration for Mario's 35th anniversary.
35th anniversary. So, that was my number 5. Super Mario Bros. Let's move on to number 4. Okay, so my number 4 pick for best Mario game of all time is Super Mario number 3. It still was on NES. Yes.
No, okay.
Super Mario Bros. Number 3 still was on NES. Came out in 1990. And I'm going to tell you why this for me was my number 4 spot. yo, you could get in the raccoon outfit for the first time. Yo, raccoon is my spirit animal. And then you just like, you do the fucking tail. And I hate that we can't play audio because a bitch will get fucking copywritten for it. But you can, this was the first time that you could do something with Mario where you can semi-fly. Do you remember this?
Yes.
If you ran and you ran fast enough, you pivot the tail.
Yeah, you got a lot more air than you normally would.
Yes.
And you can reach parts of the level that you normally wouldn't reach, like little secret levels parts. You can get extra coins and all this extra stuff. So
that is why I skipped over number 2. Because for me, this was the ultimate of how you could take Mario to the next level.
Agreed. Number 3 was definitely groundbreaking because of the new stuff that you could do with it.
But I'm going to tell you why this for me still is so influential. Because the raccoon version of Mario is still prevalent till to this day. Because when I play a game, I'm not going to mention the name and don't mention it. When I play a game, currently, I still pick what is called Tadoki, which is the raccoon version of Mario.
Yes, you do.
So that is still very prevalent in the Mario world. And then Muncie says, raccoon, oh my God, this is where the sand was. Yes. Yeah. Do you remember?
You know what, though? But this is so biased because, like, you are a trash panda fanatic.
Yo,
like,
what?
If you could adopt a fucking raccoon, if we could have raccoons as pets, we would have raccoons as pets.
Yes, the fuck we would.
And not for nothing, I didn't realize how fucking far back deep in your life this fucking shit actually went.
Yes.
Now I understand.
Super Mario Bros. For me, with the raccoon, means everything. When you were able to fucking wiggle your tail and take the fuck off, a bitch was with that, okay? That was my number 4 pick. And if you don't like me on that, fight me. Fight me, okay? Let's move on to our number 3. Number 3, Super Mario World Super NES. Now, if you don't know why I picked this as a number 3 spot, you are not a Nintendo fan, you are not a Mario fan, and you don't know why. Do you know why I made it?
Yoshi! Come on now.
This is when fucking Yoshi was introduced.
Bruh, this was all about Yoshi right here.
Okay? Your dino friend. Okay? Where do you think Dino Nuggets came from? The minute Yoshi came out is when
everything was dino.
Everybody was like, yo, make dinosaurs a thing because Mario is doing his thing, riding a fucking...
Didn't they come out with a cartoon called Dino Saucers?
What?
Yes, or it was a toy, something. I have to look that up. I'm sorry. I'm gonna find out. Right?
Okay. While you look that up, Muncie just said move to Texas and adopt a raccoon. What the fuck did Muncie just say to me?
Muncie, please. No, we're not ready. We're not ready.
We're not ready? I'm ready.
We're not moving to no... even though...
Evo.
They've got some low taxes over there.
Evo.
We can get some serious property out in Texas.
Just
for what we pay right now, you know what we can get in Texas?
She just said that I could move to Texas and adopt a raccoon. And games made out of cardboard said, I made this out of cardboard too. That's interesting. I made Mario 3 out of cardboard. Haha. You know, I love people that chime in and just like say the silliest stuff. It makes my life for me. So, Super Mario World is where Yoshi came.
It was an animation cartoon called Dino Saucers.
Really?
Yes.
I don't even know what the hell.
I used to watch it.
And the Muncie says, yes, a mansion. Yes. If I could have a mansion of raccoons.
Yo, let me tell you something right now. We could get, for what we pay here, we can get 2 houses, mansions in Texas.
Okay.
You could live in one, I could live in the other.
And I'm with that because I love you to death. Yeah. But like, you know.
we enjoy our space.
We enjoy our space. I'm just like, hey, I love you. Yeah. I'm going to go over
You know what's funny? I think that certain couples, I think people they underappreciate.
The separation time?
Not even separation. What the anticipation that separation brings, right?
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
So if you take 2 people that are one time attracted to each other and you separate them, what's going to build up? I hope, at least I know for us it does, is anticipation to see each other again. Yeah. And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That shit is great.
So that reminds me of when I would travel for work a lot.
Yes, absolutely.
And funny, Muncie, you talk about Texas. I actually, one of the first times that I traveled for work, I went to Texas, and I had a beautiful experience in Texas.
Yo,
I came
by the
back.
sound of it was great.
I came back and I was talking a little Texan like. Remember? I was like, that might be fine.
You got a little twang.
I had a little twang.
You got a little twang.
After being in Texas for a week, I came back. I thought I was Texan. That might be fine.
But it sure as hell was good to see you.
Oh, yo. You know what? Let's move on. That's just like when you touched me the other day on the live. Okay, so Edgar says, Super Mario World gets an honorable mention in my view. Muncie says, what was the name of that movie? I'm not sure what movie you're talking about. Separation makes the heart grow fonder. And then Derek says, yup, but you're going to need to bring water. Southern twang. I'm so lost at some of these comments. Derek, what do you mean by bring water? Where am I bringing water to?
Well, so Muncie was talking about me saying that you had a Southern twang when you came back from Texas.
Yeah, that I know.
Yeah.
And that is how their daughter was born?
Yes. Not quite, but somewhere along those lines. Yes.
Yo, fucking real
I love that. I love that. That was good.
Okay, so that was my number 3, Super Mario World. A bitch got Yoshi. Okay, and that's all I gotta say. And if you don't like my number 3, fight me on that shit. Okay, number 2. My number 2 spot, I'm actually gonna just pour the last of this wine. Because my number 2 spot, people may want to fight me on that. All right, here we go.
Let's get it.
My number 2 spot of best Mario game of all time is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is the newest version of Mario Kart. And I'm going to tell you why this is my number 2 spot of best Mario games of all time. Because when you think Mario, you don't initially think of Mario Kart. You think of like Super Mario World, but this is still a Mario game because the name is Mario Kart. So he is the primary. Now, what I said before was, do I still not pick this character as Sudoku every time I play him?
Yes, you do.
Every single time I play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I play Mario as Sudoku.
And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like
literally every single time I play this character.
That character is arguably slower than a lot of other characters, but you still stay true to that character.
So
I will give you that.
I'm going to tell you why this was my number 2 spot. This game is buku fun. And you can attest to this. Yeah. This game got us through the height of the pandemic.
Yeah, we would go online and battle our friends in another state.
Excuse me, battle? You mean annihilate?
Yeah, we definitely.
We didn't battle them. We annihilated our friends.
You know what? I didn't want to do them like that.
No, but that's in my notes.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yo, we
wrecked them. Okay? Because we have a strategy. We're not going to tell people what our strategy is, but Super Mario 8 Deluxe.
Yo, basically we was shaking and baking on them, all right? we was Ricky Bobby on this motherfucker. Okay. You know what I'm saying? If you know what that is, you know what we were doing to him in Mario Kart, right? All right?
Okay? We were not fucking playing when we played this game. You and I had a strategy. We would go online. And listen, if you have a Nintendo Switch in your home and you want to play, send me your handle. Right. I will play you.
Do you remember the movie Talladega Nights?
Of course I do.
All right. That's
Ricky Bobby Shake and Bake?
Shake and Bake, baby. That's what we were doing to him.
You're going to ask me if I remember a movie?
I mean, I don't know. You know, like those are movies that I enjoyed. And, you know,
I know, and I've come accustomed.
Yeah, you've come accustomed to them.
And I can still probably recollect them, not to downgrade you, but I could probably recollect them a little bit better.
Probably. I'm not going to take that away
Ricky Bobby Shake and Bake? Of course, I remember that.
That was my movie.
Will Ferrell? Come on, bro. This is why this was my number 2 pick. It was my number 2 pick because, honestly, Mario Kart Deluxe 8, because there was a Super Mario Kart 8, but this was the deluxe version. This game, my drifting skills on this are disgusting. Disgusting, okay? You not fuck with me in this game. And I've had people come over our house that are younger than us play us, and they thought that they had the work. They were like, "Are you gonna play Mario Kart?" I was like, "All right, youngin, go ahead, put that controller in your hand." And I was smoking people. But you and me as a team, we're undefeated. We are undefeated. So if you want to try to beat Evo and I,
message us.
Send us your handle.
Yeah,
and we will play you.
Let's do this.
Okay. That is why Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is my number 2 pick. We're going to go on to number 1. Before you show, okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting on you.
Now, my number 1 pick is very nostalgic to me. It holds a very near and dear place in my heart. And if you haven't played this, I almost feel like you were like, there was a disservice to you in your life. If you didn't play this
somebody
game.
hurt you as a child.
No, for real. Like, if you didn't play this game growing up, if you haven't played this game as an adult, I don't care if you played this game when you were 8, you have at some point in your life had to have played this game. Yeah.
And if you haven't, sorry, ship has sailed. Don't even try to do it. You just you had to be part of the era. You had to be part of that new thing that just came out, and it be the new thing in your life. You know what I mean? Like that without that experience, it's just not going to be the same.
Okay, so I'm just going to say this. My number 1 spot goes to Super Mario Kart Super NES. And I'm just going to say this about this game. The minute that comes up on the screen, I can hear the music in the background. And of course, we can't fucking play it because YouTube will fucking copyright us.
Of course they will.
But tell me you don't hear the music in the background.
They don't want to see us shine.
Yo, YouTube be coming to get a bitch. I'm so sad. YouTube be coming to get a bitch. Super Mario Kart Super NES was the game for me that it brings me immediately back to like my young teenage years. I literally had neighbors that lived upstairs from me that they would come downstairs and we would have tournaments. And we would, like, it didn't matter male, female, age. You played this game when it first came out. It literally opened up the world for a competition between all ages, all sexes, all races. It didn't matter when you played this game because growing up, I felt like, because I was an avid video game player growing up. I played all of the fighting games. I played Street Fighter. I played Mortal Kombat. I felt like growing up, a lot of these games were a very male-dominated world. I felt like Super Mario Kart was the first game that it demolished that. You could be a girl, you could be a boy, you could be young, you could be old, and you could play this game, and it was fun.
It was a great game. And
so for me, this is why this is my number one. This is my number 1 Mario game because it didn't matter. I felt like you could even play this game with your parents, and you would just be like, "Mom, Dad, you suck, but I'm having a good time," right? This is why this is my number 1 spot.
You know, and I don't want to take away from any of that. I think it was a great list. There was a lot of good stuff on there, and yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that.
What? Okay. So Edgar says the fact that you don't have the original game that Mario appeared on your list, Donkey Kong, proves that you are whippersnappers. Your list has no cred. I said it.
You know, I mean,
Edgar,
listen,
guess what?
Edgar,
I'm gonna give it to you. It's your birthday.
Edgar, if there was a couple things I could have changed on this, I might have, but we're just gonna leave that alone.
We're not trying to be the honeymooners tonight.
No, we're not doing the honeymooners tonight.
And then Muncie says, "Shine, evil, go on, shine." Aw.
Thank you, Muncie.
Yeah, so that's my number 1 spot. Honestly, Super Mario Kart. I kind of regret getting rid of our Super NES console. I had it for a while. We currently still have the Nintendo 64. I still have the Nintendo 64 Mario Kart version, but I'm gonna say this. Some of the games that we talked about in our top 5, they have aged so well. Super Mario 3, still to this day, you could play that game because we have it. We have it on the Switch. How hard is that game?
I mean,
when we got to the sand version of it, with the
pyramids, there's a couple boards, that they could be a bit challenging. But
okay, so that is my point. it is 2020. That game came out in 1990.
Yeah. It'll still give you some work.
It'll still give you some work. So it is still held up significantly. So that is my point, that the games that I have selected still hold up to this day. Yeah. You could still play Super Mario Kart, the original Super NES, and you can still have a good time. But I will say this, Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, a bitch will give you some work on the fucking drifting. Okay? That's all I gotta say about that. And then Muncie says, Gina, come on, y'all should have done the best of 5 together, Gina and Evo. Okay.
That's a little tough sometimes. Because we be having our disagreements, so we have to let one rock over the other.
And then Dirk says, if you ain't first, you last.
Yup.
Hello.
For real.
Because a bitch ain't playing when she plays that game, okay? I'm trying to smoke you, except for when we do our strategy. I'm not going to tell you what our strategy is, but when we play that game,
Ricky Bobby.
Yo, Ricky Bobby shaking dick when we play that game. But Muncie, we appreciate your feedback on that. There is a reason why Evo and I have decided to kind of go back and forth on these lists. It's because we literally go at each other.
Yeah, we do.
On these lists.
Yeah, we go hard.
And I no longer want to do that because people honestly think that we're like legit fighting, and we're not.
Listen, we didn't put 20 years into this by just fighting all the way through it. All right, so.
And then Edgar says Donkey Kong was on 4 different game systems. The others weren't. Gina lost. Oh God! And why you 2 switch seats? Oh,
somebody finally noticed. You know what? It's just sometimes you just gotta switch it on them. That's
so, Edgar, I'm glad that you asked that. Actually, these were our original seats.
Yes, they were.
These were our original seats, and then we did maybe no one noticed, but we actually, your arms looking a little fluffy here.
Thank you. You know, I'm trying.
So, you're not trying, you doing. Stop fronting. Okay. These were actually our original seats, and Evo and I were testing a little bit of a closer camera angle.
More of an intimate type of
and
type of experience.
We did it in this format, and then I was just like, just fucking stay there, I don't care. And then Muncie says, good night. Do them separately. I'll watch last week. Yeah, so watch last week, because last week it was fucking and then Eddie says, yeah, Edgar, switching seats is fucking me up. I'm in Bizarre World. Evil said his right side is better side. You know what? Maybe that's possible.
This is my good side. You know what's funny, right? So there's a filter, right? On there's this thing going on TikTok, right? Where it's like a filter where you can like it splits your face, and it shows one side of your face pieced together, and it shows the other side of your face pieced together as 2 faces, right? And supposedly one side of your face is different than the other. So if you take this side of your face and you mirror it with the same side of your face, supposedly your face looks totally different, right? I took that, and my face looked the same on both of them, right? I remember we did that.
I don't remember, to be honest.
So we did it, and oddly, my face looked the same. So I thought I had a good side, but apparently I don't.
Are you trying to say you perfect?
No, I'm just saying I thought.
No, I think you're trying to say you perfect.
Up until that point, I felt like most people do, where like they feel like they had a good side. But yes, apparently I am perfect. Thank you very much. Okay.
So we actually only have about 10 minutes left on the live because we're going to 9:30. And then Muncie says, "Hey y'all, guide and audience. This ain't no Woober car." Yeah, like we changed seats because like these were our original seats. I'm like, I don't know.
We just went back to the basics.
It's just whatever. It's fine. I honestly don't even really care. So we have some stuff at the end. I'm glad that we have about what time is it? So we have about a little less than 10 minutes. So something that Evo and I were talking about when we were like thinking about like technology, we were thinking about like these things that were coming to fruition So it was the deep fake, it was the driverless car, and then we were like, oh shit, what about like, at one time we did these things as kids that we were like, oh my god, this is the future. Like when you played Mario for the first time, did you not feel like you dipped your foot in the future?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So even when I were thinking about that, we were thinking about like what was something that when we were young, that when we were watching it, consuming it, we felt like we were dipping our foot in the future. So we were talking about TV shows because when we were younger, we didn't have social media. So for Evo and I, one of the things that was a dip in the future was a show by the name of MacGyver. And if you haven't seen this show, spoiler alert, because the show came out in 1985 at this motherfucking point, right?
Yo, that was my show.
So MacGyver came out in 1985, which is the same year that NES was released. So watching MacGyver, this motherfucker was equipped with no weapons, no guns, no knives,
nothing.
And MacGyver literally said, I'm going to solve this whole crime with a paperclip and a piece of gum. And don't you remember there was like these scenes that were leading up to MacGyver where he would literally take a piece of gum, a foil, and a paper clip and like open a window that had like an alarm system, and he would like deactivate a bomb.
Some crazy shit.
And you were just like, yo, is that possible?
Okay, so was it just me, or was I the only one watching MacGyver, like, on every move that he ever did, swearing that I needed to memorize everything that he did because I was going to be in a situation like that in my life? I swore to God that this man was going to get me out of a fucking life-threatening situation. Yo, MacGyver, yo, that shit let me down, yo. Yo, I used to hang on every fucking move this guy did. I'm like, what the fuck he just did? Hold on. Oh, shit.
Did you walk around with gum? And like, I wouldn't throw away the wrapper because I was like, yo,
I swear I could short circuit some shit with the fucking foil, yo. Damn it. Yo, I swear to God, yo.
You were like, yo, I'm gonna eat this winter fresh. Yo, I'm gonna eat this big red. I'm not gonna throw away the wrapper because I need this aluminum foil to fucking.
I would bet my life on that MacGyver was gonna save me one day, yo. I swear to God, he was, yo. I wasted so much time trying to memorize this guy's moves. And then this never happened. Hopefully, maybe one day it will, but up to this point, it hasn't.
So Muncie said you were touching on his guns and admire them. That's what I said. That's why I said that. Oh, okay.
I got you now.
And then Edgar says, "Perfect. Whippersnappers are not perfect. I know, cause I am one. I think." And then Dirk says 2021. And then Edgar says, "MacGyver, great show. CBS remake is horrible. I said it." Okay, so let's touch on that real quick. Because when I was thinking about MacGyver, I was like, yo, this show literally made me think that like that is what the future entailed. I felt like I was watching MacGyver and I felt like people are not really doing that right now. It's 1985. No one is taking a piece of gum and a paper clip and deactivating a bomb. That's not really happening. That is the motherfucking future.
That's movie magic.
Right? That's movie magic, right? But in actuality, things like that were probably potentially happening at that time. So, because I'm a huge sci-fi fan. That's actually like an episode that maybe we may get into later because I have rewatched all of the Aliens. And I'm a huge Ridley Scott fan. And that's something that we may get into later on in the episode. Because honestly, Sigourney Weaver, motherfucking bitch. But we're going to move forward. So when I was watching MacGyver, I would watch these things and be like, wow, this is the future, right? Mm-hmm. But truth be told, it's possible that that is actually what was happening at that current time.
Right.
So the fact that they tried to reignite MacGyver in 2021, are they fucking, like, it better be whatever this MacGyver was doing, because I honestly never watched it, never saw it. I looked at the ratings in IMDb, bad ratings. So that told me that, like, I shouldn't watch that. If you're going to reignite MacGyver in 2020, because, they put on a new series in 2016 for the new MacGyver. It was supposed to be called The Young MacGyver. what type of technology is this young MacGyver using? He better be using some fucking moon.
Yeah, there's too much tech out right now for
are you fucking kidding me?
It to even be futuristic. Like,
no,
it would have to be some mind blowing shit, for that to happen. But it is what it is.
And Edgar says the CBS remake is fucking horrible. And then I actually think I said that before. And then Derek says, por favor, evil. Like, my Spanish is horrible, but I know that's my brother saying that.
I can just hear him. Ay favor.
Mm-hmm. And then Derek will follow with, are you for real?
Yeah, for real.
Let me see what time it is. Okay, so we're actually at the end of our live right now. So, yeah, so, like, I'm just going to wrap it up by saying this. If you're going to reboot a franchise, such as MacGyver, because that's what they're doing. They rebooted it. They used the same exact name. And talking about a reboot, two things that are up and coming right now, I'm just going to talk about. The Snyder's Cut of Justice League comes out on Wednesday, on the March 18th. I'm sorry if it's Wednesday or Thursday. I forget exactly what day it falls on, but it's March 18th. I would love to know who's going to watch that with me. It's 4 hours long. And in April, up and coming, the Mortal Kombat reboot. I'm ready for it. That being said, just to end this live, if you're going to reboot MacGyver in 2016, the technology that you should be portraying in that show should literally be like what they portrayed in Blade Runner 2049. It should be some other world shit. You should be on another planet. Right. Other than that, it's just not going to make it's not going to make any sense.
That's a great example.
Because when I watched MacGyver in 1985 and the shit that MacGyver did in 1985 made me think that what he was doing was stuff that you could only do in the future. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't work in 2016 to 2020. That's why that show has the ratings that it does, and that shit is trash.
There's too much tech going on right now to make a reboot of MacGyver impressive. Like, I just can't imagine what the fuck they would.
You literally need to be in a rocket ship. Yeah. You need to be Elon Musk going to fucking Mars at this point.
Like he would have to be like teleporting from like fucking one place to another, like on some fucking MacGyver shit.
He'd be like this
for me to be impressed.
He'd be like this, doop, doop,
right?
Up, Scotty.
Like he would like it would be like Go Gadget to another level. Like he could just take his whole arm off and shit like that and use that shit.
Did you just say Go Gadget?
Yes, okay. I said Go Gadget.
I'm about to make a
Go Gadget and Pink Panther. Like,
stop.
Yes.
We will talk about that on another live. I will make notes of that. But that actually brings us to the end of our live. Because I feel like we dropped so many dimes on this live. I don't want to go too fucking crazy. And, like, we're not going to get any checks.
No, we're not.
We're not going to get any money. No. But I will tell you this. Just how, like, we talked about in another live where Cardi B came up with that song Up and It's Stuck. And then those two rappers, they said that they can. I'm just going to wait for the day that I scour the internet and I find some content that is anywhere close to what we said. Coming from motherfucker.
Yeah, we getting that shmoney.
I'm getting that shmoney. But all jokes aside, yes. I just want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We actually
I feel like we enjoy this with them as much as I hope they enjoy with us. So. I really hope you guys enjoy this with us. Because the way that we see this, I feel like that you guys are in the room with us. I almost feel like that and ladies, yes, guys and ladies, that you guys are in the room with us and we're just hanging out, bullshitting, talking, and doing things that we wouldn't normally be able to do because of the circumstances that we're in. Yeah. So I just love that you guys are here. You show up every week, you guys and ladies. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Don't be sorry. It's a term.
It's like a force of bad habit. Yeah. But really enjoy that you guys and ladies come and join us every week, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
And Edgar, happy motherfucking birthday,
bro! Shots, please take one for us.
Yeah.
All right, because I would love to take one with you right now.
Yeah. So happy birthday to you, Edgar, and thank you everybody for joining us tonight. But until next Friday on Shit Talk Fridays,
peace out.